No soft close on the doors. No Nomi. No massage. I'm ready to go. If you're looking to China to understand the trajectory of the Chinese EV market, you're looking in the wrong country. Why? Because all of the activity for Chinese EVs abroad is happening right here in Dubai. From BYD to NIO to Zeekr, you name it, all of them are focusing on the UAE to test whether international consumers like their cars, at what price point, and what really it takes to succeed worldwide. If you're new here, my name is Jamilia Grier. I'm a tech and data lawyer, and I'm also a NIO owner. Today, I'm going to do a deep dive on why Dubai is the single most important market for you to look at if you're a NIO investor, if you are a potential buyer, or if you're someone who's just tracking Chinese EVs generally. You need to be looking at Dubai. In this video, I'm going to explain why so many people in Dubai are buying Chinese EVs, what's pushing them to make the purchase, and by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal to you the exact challenges that Tesla has had in this market. The first thing you need to understand about Dubai is that it really is a population made of expats, immigrants, whatever you want to call it. We're all people who are coming in from other countries into Dubai. About 90% of us are. 10% make up the local Emirati population, but both populations are a target for Chinese EV manufacturers. So here in Dubai, there really are low barriers to entry when it comes to importing cars. The UAE government encourages EV manufacturers to sell here. Of course, it's great for green tech, it's great for the economy and sustainability. Chinese EVs have launched here, and in particular, some are really taking off. The main market share of Chinese EVs in Dubai is being led by BYD right now. BYD, you can see them everywhere on the road, and most people are opting for this choice. But the main question is why? Why are people so interested in Chinese EVs in particular? And then secondly, why are people interested in brands like BYD? Well, first off, EVs in Dubai are priced all over the place. You have major German manufacturers that offer EV variations of their vehicles, such as BMW and Mercedes, and those tend to be at the higher price point. But if you're looking for an EV and you're not wanting to pay that much money, you can find your particular choice at a manufacturer like BYD. At BYD, the entry point is definitely lower, around 150,000 dirhams for some models, and that is a major attraction point to consumers. On top of that, if you are someone who's looking to finance your vehicle, there are huge promotions going on right now with interest rates as low as 0% for the first 3 years. So as you can imagine, it's not just people want to enter into the EV ownership arena, it's that they want to do it at the right price point. In addition to super affordable financing, UAE is also having huge promotions in most Chinese EV dealerships for things such as free registration for your new car or free insurance for the first year. And these are basically unbeatable. And so regular car manufacturers can't really compete with these deals. And to be honest, they're pretty much staying out of the fray. Before I bought my NIO, I did take a look at Mazda and their promotions. And to be very honest with you, if you're looking for an EV, it's much easier to get behind the wheel of one here in Dubai than it would be to get behind a similar model that's a non-EV, like a petrol model. So today I came to Mirdif Mall simply just to go shopping for clothes, and I was surprised to see a Tesla showroom in the middle of the mall. I'm now sitting in a Model Y, and basically there are 3 cars in this makeshift little showroom in the mall, and you can sit in, the cars are on, obviously they're not going to drive anywhere, but you basically are able to interact and experience the car while you're going shopping in the mall. So how about the market competition here? I mentioned at the beginning of this video that essentially all of the Chinese EV manufacturers are either here already in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, or they're eyeing UAE for a soft launch. I can tell you for sure there are at least 15 Chinese EV manufacturers here. When you park at the grocery store, you're going to see Zeekr, BYD, NIO, especially if I'm there. You're going to see NIO. You're going to see Yangwang. You're going to see all of these luxury and middle price point Chinese EVs. It has become not just a status symbol, but I think for Dubai, because Dubai is known to be such a flashy place, it has become more so of a cultural shift in awareness and understanding that we need to move away from the reliance on petrol and to move towards something that's more sustainable. So what is actually happening in Dubai in terms of the competition of Chinese EVs here is going to play out on the global stage, assuming that countries open up their borders to Chinese EVs. Right now, BYD is really taking the market share, and I mentioned that before, but there's a lot of reasons why. Firstly, it has to do with advertising and marketing. BYD has been super aggressive on TikTok, on social media. In terms of your neighbor owning a BYD, chances are they already do. I know my neighbor that just moved in across the street pulled in with a new BYD. And so it's becoming very commonplace to see a BYD on the road in Dubai. It is probably the most popular Chinese EV manufacturer here at this point in time. Now, as I mentioned, a lot of that has to do with pricing. If you could have access to a Chinese EV at a particular price point, which is much lower, why would you pay more to have access to similar technology? Now, unless you are a brand loyalist like me, I fell in love with the NIO brand years ago, then you probably would go for a BYD. No offense to people who have bought BYDs. I think it's a great car, but for me, once again, I'm following my NIO. Now, that's the competition between those two. I think what we're noticing here is there's a lot of affiliation with the brands. For example, when you see a Zeekr on the road, it will most likely be orange. It will most likely be what we call souped up, meaning all the extras, all the add-ons. This is part of the lifestyle, I think, which is coming to play, where people who drive certain cars, they want to associate or affiliate themselves with that particular lifestyle. And that's totally fine. BYD is getting closer to a lifestyle affiliation of being much more like a family-friendly type car. I don't think NIO really has pinned down its marketing strategy in UAE. I don't think they have determined who their target owner is so that they can push that narrative. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that there's something extremely fascinating happening here in Dubai with respect to Tesla. Now, Tesla has been in UAE for some time, and they've had a chance to build up all of their supercharger stations and network, and the brand name is well known. Now, when Tesla came in, it was pretty much an attraction for most people living in Dubai. And many people gravitated towards Tesla and purchased at that time. But what has happened over the past few years is that taxis have bulk purchased Teslas. Now, I was just speaking to you about lifestyle affiliation and what it means to own a BYD or a NIO. Can you imagine if you're a Tesla owner and you've just bought your Model Y and you see the taxi is pulling up with the same car? Right? Something happened along the way where Tesla potentially lost its edge in terms of lifestyle affiliation and what they were going for. They were more after the numbers, they were more after bulk contracts, pushing thousands of vehicles out on the road. And for that reason, you will see a lot of Teslas on the road. The issue is, though, some of them will be taxis. And that's just the decision that they decided to make in terms of expansion here in UAE. Obviously, it's very different than what other brands are going after. But here's the interesting fact. Over the past 5 years, Tesla has actually lost EV market share as compared to brands like BYD. And of course, it has lost market share compared to the overall entrance of Chinese EVs in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. And so what you're seeing here, as I told you at the beginning of the video, is what I predict will happen on the global stage if countries open up to allowing all of these different Chinese EV brands in, is that Tesla undoubtedly will lose market share and it will become less of the preferred brand because it lacks a very clear lifestyle affiliation. I'll continue to update you guys on what's happening here in Dubai with the Chinese EVs, but as I mentioned, Dubai is the only place on this planet that you can go and experience Chinese EVs outside of China. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below about what is your favorite Chinese EV brand and why. Do you associate BYD with being more family friendly? Do you look at Zeekr as a brand that is more sort of a sports type of lifestyle? I'd love to know your comments down below. Until next time, take care.